Now we are going to speak on the effect of violence on these people that we have already discussed a little bit earlier, but we are just going to concentrate on few more points. Okay? Have trouble concentrating either in school or in their daily life. Fine. Now in daily life also he or she is always thinking about, especially for Mala, because it is a little more a serious issue that she cannot actually prevent. So they might be thinking that what am I going to face today? I mean, she might be having problem in sleep itself at night. So there can be trouble in concentrating. Then feel guilty or think the violence they experienced was their fault. Fine. So this guilt feeling actually eats up into one's mind, and if it is not removed, it might not be the child's fault at all. Fine. And child's or any other persons, man, woman, whosoever, you have seen that the goons and all, I mean, when somebody traveling in a car, auto, whatever, and then somebody suddenly barges into our car or auto, or somebody barges us and then make us as a shield, and we have seen so many situations, and innocent people get barged into all these things, and then you get involved into this unnecessarily, and ultimately you feel that okay, this is all my fault, I should not have been doing this, or I should have been better that particular way. Now quit eating or trouble sleeping. This is all very common symptoms. I may have trouble in sleeping for a long time, basically till the time that issue is not resolved. I may have losing my appetite and no longer want to go to school. You will not be having the courage to face that issue, and it will be difficult in so many other situations later. Feel confused or tricked when an adult abuses them. Obviously they feel tricked. Kapil might definitely feel tricked because he is not wanting to, he is wanting to study, not wanting to do the physical labor, but he is tricked into. Fine. And confused also. Now what should I do? I mean, what is the solution? He can't stand up, he does not have the courage. Now he do not want to sit quiet and take it for a long time, but then he do not know what to do. Feel afraid to be alone with certain adults. You feel afraid to be alone with certain adults if you are facing trouble from them. Otherwise, earlier we have discussed, we compartmentalize people, and then we feel very scared that I do not want to be alone with this man or a woman or whosoever it is. These are some of the effects. Now we have already discussed some of them, we have discussed more effects also already. Now we are going to see what is the solution for this. Now let us see what happened to Mala. She is very confused and she feels that she is harassed all the time, and she now last time one of the day she decided that I am okay, tomorrow I am going to walk through the field even though I am afraid of bandit. Now let us see what happened. As I was turning to walk through the fields, I saw one of our village elders. He asked me why I was walking through the fields when all the students had been told to stay on the main road because the fields were unsafe. Now I was afraid to tell him the reason, but finally decided it was better to tell him the truth. It was difficult for me to speak to this respected elder about my problem, but I told him that a man had approached me while I was walking through the bus depot, and I also told the village elder I was scared and wanted to avoid the man, and that is why I am walking through the fields. She finally shared her trouble. The village elder asked me if I had taken any gifts from the man. The village elder is an elder. He is experienced. He understood that these are the ways the children are being lured. So he expected that that man might have offered something. So he asked whether did you take something, and she admitted. That is something which is actually coming to her rescue. She admitted she had taken once. Now he told me that I should not take gift from strangers because some people use gift to get favors or to trick young girls. He already said you should not have taken that, but he did not judge her or did not abuse her. Why did you take it and all. He also told me that in the morning now onwards he would send his older grandson to accompany me to the school. Although I was scared, I was glad that I had told at least one person among the village elders about my problem because he listened to me and offered some help. I also feel so relieved now that the situation has been resolved and I can walk to school safely. One very important step here is that she got some courage and she got some solution to her problem. If the village elder listened and then, okay, let me think over and then I will come to you later with a decision, and if he walked away, what will happen to the girl? Girl is again more confused. Yes. But here, when she took the courage, she also got a solution. When we talk to somebody who is an elder, who is an experienced, whom we actually have a trust on, generally we get a solution or at least a suggestion of a solution. So, when this 11-year-old child walks with the elder, one of the elder, will that man come? No. He will observe that every day she is walking along with someone, he will think that, okay, now I cannot go near her. Now, what is the role of this elderly here?
He wants to save the girl.
He wants to save the girl from trouble. For him, it is a simple matter. It might not be very intimidating for him, somebody is following. But for the girl, it is quite a real big issue for her. And the role of the elder is to provide comfort to a girl and who is weaker, who cannot take decision, who is confused, who is already facing emotional issue and who is intimidated also. We might have actually lot of people around whom we can identify as one person, trusted person. In your home, your mother will be the most trusted person, parents basically. Yes. Why? Because none of the parents at any point of time in their wildest dream also they will not think that I need to harm my child with a decision. Fine, somebody may get angry, I mean, because they did not expect you to do that wrong thing. But even though they are eventually at one spur of the moment they are getting angry, eventually they will calm down and will think that, oh, how can I save my son or daughter from this? The most trusted person. So, what is the traits of the trusted person? How do you identify a trusted person now? Let's see. Someone they know who will help them if they need help. You have lot many people around you like that. Fine. Elder brothers, cousin brothers and sisters, parents obviously, but there are certain things where you find slightly problematic to go and share with the parents. So, you can share through the elders, elder sisters or probably your uncles or aunts, then grandparents. Since I am facing the trouble, Mala as a girl who is facing the trouble, she is intimidated, she is confused, she is losing concentration, she is actually going through a lot of trouble. So, when the other person is not going through the trouble, he might offer you some help, or he will be taking you towards another better person who can actually offer help. Someone they can talk to about anything, especially their problems, if they are feeling scared, confused or uncomfortable. And someone they feel happy being around. Someone who listens to them and cares about their problems. Someone who has helped them before. Now, someone who would help them to solve a problem, be understanding, get help from somewhere and to work to keep them safe. So, we would like to have that person. Parents are obviously 100% 24/7, 365 days available. Fine, but we can find out other person also who will be always with us to keep us safe. Now, we have identified what kind of violence is there, how to report that, how to handle that thing.
Ma'am, as in Mala case, she can report to police, she can take any legal action, and there are a lot of precautions that she can take. She can call women helpline numbers, and if she is not comfortable to tell her parents, she can make noise and people will come and help her.
She said many things. Fine. Now, what is the first step?
The first step to handle these types of violence is to discuss it with someone.
We are finding a trusted adult, we are doing. Now, there are some other problems. If she screams in the roadside, she can do that also. If she screams in the roadside, many people will come and you never have any guarantee of the mob coming in. Somebody may kick and punch the other. The person who is misusing her, kick and punch and then create a ruckus and then abuse and whatever. So, this man get more violent then. It is always better you solve it little smoothly. In certain cases, you can, she said about helpline numbers. There are helpline numbers available for women's safety, for physical abuse, for so many others. There are, government had created now all these helpline numbers. Your identity will be kept as unknown, private, because they will not be discussing with anybody, and this is another step of doing this. And most importantly, the first thing you need to do is that as a person, to prevent it, what we can do is that to observe it, the frequency, I mean when is it happening, now how is it happening, at what place is it happening. I am walking alone, so he is coming, fine. Now he comes only in the morning and in the evening when I am walking back from the school. He is not coming, daring to come to my home and calling me out, come go for a walk, fine. So you observe that frequency, you observe when it is happening and by whom it is happening, and you observe all these things and you make notes. Why making note? There will be a pattern involved in this. The other person does not come randomly, okay chalo, I am in a mood to go and harass somebody, let's go and harass somebody. It's not the thing. He is intentionally doing it, he is planning it out. So from this recorded incident, the other person, I mean a counselor or your mother or your father, a trusted adult, whosoever it is, you are going to a professional help, they will be able to identify the pattern from that. And through this pattern, they can actually find out some connection with the individual and his mind's working, and it is easier to prevent it. Some of the days he might not be coming because he is involved in something else. So you can actually, even though his identity is very unknown, you can actually identify that where is he going on that particular day. That might be a Monday day, he might be going to sell his wares. So you can, even though the girl does not have any idea that who it is, and he is not be even seen later, the other person can go and pick him from this particular place, can look forward and pick him all. So this is the first thing. Keep a record of incident, where, when the incident happened. Second one, share with a trusted adult. We have already discussed that. Share with a trusted person. Do not keep it as a secret or tolerate it at any point of time, because it will quickly increase in degrees. Go tell this way. How to avoid these kind of situations? First one, do not at all accept gift or other favors from the adults, from specially unknown people. You have heard the stories about, coming out from the school, ice cream khila diya, and then ice cream will be having something else, where you do not know where I am being taken, and now some children get missed from the school at all together. So do not at any point of time take favor. When we get help from others, we tend to help others, isn't it? It can be involving in money, it can be involving in a small physical help, it is involving in the just helping the homework. One day if I get help, I cannot refuse another day when he is asking. Second one, confront the perpetrators by saying no. Confront him. You stand up to him and say that no, don't follow me. And if you are very firm, the other person will think twice tomorrow before approaching. Fine. Now, keep your parents or family informed about your engagements and routine. Another very important trouble for people of your age. Anywhere and everywhere you go, keep your family involved. Try to take your parents involved into all the decisions wherever you are going, and therefore the safety part is actually taken care of. Inform your parents, class friends or teachers if you have been abused by someone in the school. Not all teachers are the similar way. Not all friends or not all adults are. You can even go and talk to the counselor if you have one in your school, fine, and come and tell the parents that you have been facing this situation. So, so the parents will almost all the time, they will actually find an amicable solution. All those trouble will be solved. Never blame yourself for your experience of violence. Talk to your school counselor or trusted adult and get some help. Once it is done, you identify your mistakes, move on. Now there is no point of guilt. Guilt eats upon oneself and create a lot of other psychological issue. Fine. So we are closing the session. All right. Thank you. Thank you for being such an amazing class.